Yo, 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 yo. Welcome to another video. And today, it's a jam-packed episode. We got a lot to talk about. Y'all, it's the Sport Fanatic, your boy Deal. And I know I'm looking mad comfy today, man. I didn't look. My hair ain't done, Look, it's rough. It's rough around the edges around here. It's rough around the edges around here. But welcome back to another video. I'm still working on the intro, man. We're going to try it on another video. We're going to try. I ain't had a confidence today. I did not have a confidence today. What's going on, y'all? Took a break from Vlogmas. Not Vlogmas or 31 straight days. I didn't post a video on YouTube Monday. I did post a TikTok and a short. Didn't post anything on Tuesday because I was curating all these videos. But today we're finally back and it's jam-packed. Today is a jam-packed day. We got football, we got boxing, and we got boxing live stream. And then we got thoughts of Teofimo and Shedeur. So we got a lot to go through. So y'all sit back, y'all relax, listen to the boy while I feed y'all the meat of the sports world. So we starting with Monday Night Football, y'all. Let me tell y'all, that was one of the worst but most entertaining games I have seen this season. Versus the Chargers, Monday night at SoFi Stadium, and it was one of the most bizarre games I've ever seen of all time. I was going to say Justin Hurts. Jalen Hurts, 4 interceptions, the double whammy, interception, fumble, recovery, fumble from Justin Herbert, picks from Justin Herbert, wild picks, went to OT. This game was bizarre. Both defenses played out of their minds. The Eagles defense is probably the scariest defense in the league because they have bailed out their offense week in and week out, and it is getting ridiculous. Not going to lie, I am afraid that as a top 5 defense in the NFL, I'm standing on business about that. 6 total turnovers in the game. 4 from, what was it, 5 from? No, it was 4. 4 from Philly, 2 from LA. And crazy enough, even though they won the turnover battle by 2, they barely won by 3, which is kind of crazy how that works. 22-19. Chargers win in OT. Let me read off some stats. Let's go with Justin Herbert barely threw for 100 yards. Jalen Hurts had about 230 passing yards. A.J. Brown with his 3rd consecutive 100-yard game. Funny stat, they are 0-3 when A.J. Brown goes over 100 yards this season. Total yards, Philly won that battle, as you can see, 365 to 275. Rushing yards, the Chargers' rushing attack was very solid in this game. It really kept them afloat because Justin Herbert should not have been playing with that injured left hand. He's a dog for doing it. Shout out to him because he's going to keep doing it. And with that win secured, that they have no problem with continue doing it with him playing with a broken left hand. And hopefully he can get healthy around the playoffs. But he was sacked 9 times, which is kind of crazy. The O-line, Joe Alt, that's my boy, the tackle, he has to do a whole lot better. We're protecting this quarterback, and so is Harbaugh. They have to find a way to protect the quarterback when they do go into these passing situations. 3rd down, it was kind of even. Both teams were trash. 7 of 19 from the Chargers and 4 of 13 from Philly. But I want to talk about these 3 things, ladies and gentlemen. I want to talk about these 3 things. Philadelphia's offense, Justin Herbert, will Philadelphia make a trade? All right. Those are 3 things on today's talk list about Monday Night Football, right? So let's start off with this one. Why is the offense of the Philadelphia Eagles so garbage? No consistency, no rhythm. There's no timing to it. It's either one way or no way. It's either deep balls or it's either run the ball or it's either rely on Jalen Hurts to make a play out of no way. And he's not the best at improvising. So it's really not a good plan either. One thing I noticed in that Monday Night Football game was they had no camaraderie with each other on the sidelines. I don't know what it was. Let me make sure. I don't know what it was, but They just did not seem together. Saquon seemed like the glue, but your best player can't be your glue guy as well. So they need to figure that out. Nick, Sirianni, and all of them. And I want to send my condolences out. If I'm not mistaken, they did lose a family member or a family friend of some sort. I seen it earlier today. So for one, my condolences go out to the Sirianni family. Hope everything goes your way. Praying for just good graces and everything like that. So shout out to them if that was the right people, but whoever it may be, I'm sending my good graces. But as far as his football coaching job goes, I just don't see any cohesion when it comes to that offense. It's just nothing is together. And what strikes me crazy enough, it seems to be that Dallas Goedert is their most reliable receiver at the tight end position. I mean, not to say that A.J. Brown is not reliable and consistent. It's just it's harder to get him involved in Dallas Goedert. If you're following me, right? So it seems like that Saquon and Dallas are the only two reliable options on this offense. Is there a way for two of the four superstars this year, and A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, Jalen Hurts, or Saquon Barkley to hit the trade block? I think it is so, and I definitely think two of the four will go. And if you want me to be honest about it, I think A.J. Brown has to be one of the first ones to go. We all know wide receivers to be prima donnas, to be divas, but there is also one thing to put the team first. You were 8-4 going into this game, now 8-5, and like I just said, you've been 0-3 in every single game this season where he's had 100+ yards. How does your game not impact winning, AJ Brown? You do good, but the team doesn't. Is it really worth it if you do good and we win? So that means we can win without. Okay, then you gotta go. Especially if that trend continues, you definitely have to go. Where are the landing spots for AJ Brown? Not really sure. I would love Minnesota pair him up with Jettas, but I wouldn't know how that goes. Wouldn't mind him going to Las Vegas, even though Las Vegas has had a down year. Let's see where else. I think Jacksonville could use a big body receiver, especially with Travis Hunter down there once he gets healthy. You can always go to the Giants. You can always go to the Jets. Wouldn't want him in Pittsburgh because you got DK and it's basically the same receiver twice. Both coming from Ole Miss, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, could you go to Arizona, Kyler Murray, Marvin Harris? You could do that. You could go to the Browns, Shedeur Sanders, Jerry Jeudy. Maybe you draft, it's a lot of options where A.J. Brown could go. Is the only question that's proposed is would they accept A.J. Brown? I don't know, and I can't give you an answer. Now, Devontae Smith, I think should be, if A.J. Brown doesn't go, Devontae Smith goes. I know he just signed a brand new contract, but listen to me here. I feel like he's a good complement to another star receiver. I think he would be a great complement to Jettas. I think he would be a great compliment to Malik Neighbors. I think he'd be a great compliment to Puka Nacua in the future. I think he'd be a great compliment to Christian Watson and them boys over there in Green Bay. Or even the receivers. I don't know the receivers at Chicago, but I think he'd be very good at Chicago. I think he'll fit a lot of places. I mean, a lot of places need another receiver. I mean, look at CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens, one of the best duos in the league. Look at Puka Nacua and Devontae Adams, another top duo in the league. JSN really doesn't have anybody. Oh, well, he just got what's my boy? They just got him from the Saints. I can't remember his name. Rice? Is it Rice? No, Rashid Shaheed. That's who it is. Rashid Shaheed. They just got him from the Saints. Would love to see that duo emerge coming up soon. So, but it's definitely some more receivers that can use a duo, and I feel like Devontae Smith would fill that gap very seamlessly and secure the job. Now, Jalen Hurts, I don't know. Kind of in the pickle. You kind of in a pickle. I was thinking the two you would go are either Hurts and Smith, Hurts and Brown, or Smith and Saquon. Either one of them three, but A.J. Brown has to be, I think, first on the list. I can see Devontae Smith staying, and then you build around Devontae Smith as your number one wide receiver. I'm not mad at that. But it has to be Brown or Hurts, in my opinion. It just has to be. I feel like Smith and Barkley are two guys you want to build a culture with, especially on the offensive side of the football. So they have to find a way to reconnect this offense, because with just about 4 to 5 games left, it's a push. It's a push from here on out. Win your division, get a home playoff game. That's simply what it is at this point. So they definitely need to step it up. If you're the Philadelphia Eagles, not really sure what they got going on, what direction they going on. The only thing I know is the old man on the defensive side of all, Vic Fangio, is still a demon. He's still a menace. He still can do whatever he needs to do, because the defense will forever be good. But in order for the Eagles to get back to the caliber, the Super Bowl caliber team that they are or once were, they have to either get the chemistry right or they got to make a trade. That's as simple as what it is. So I expect A.J. Brown or Jalen Hurts to be gone in the offseason. Now, moving on. Justin Hurts. Justin Herbert. Is Justin Herbert a top 5 QB in the league? Is he a top 10 QB in the league? Let's break it down, right? We know the number 1 quarterback in the league this year is Matthew Stafford. Okay, correct. Now I'm saying, is he having a better season? I'm not saying all the time. I'm saying this season. So is he better than Patrick Mahomes this season? Yes. Is he better than C.J. Stroud this season? Yes. Is he better than Daniel Jones this season? Yes. Is he better than Jordan Love this season? That's a conversation. Is he better than Sam Darnold this year? That's a conversation. Is he better than Dak Prescott, Drake May, Josh Allen? No. Is he better than Lamar this year? Yes. Is he better than Burrow this year? Yes. So we only have Stafford, Dak, Drake May, Josh Allen. He's better than Aaron Rodgers. He could be a top 5 QB. Why? Because I've always been a fan of Justin Herbert, for one. Let's get that understood. J10 by 10. For sure that. Believe that, my boy. But Justin Herbert's just an all-world talent. 6'6" from Oregon. Can do whatever you need him to do. Doesn't mind playing with a broke hand. Doesn't mind running the ball 30 times. He's a quarterback that wants to win. He doesn't care about a number of turnovers, interceptions. He cares about putting points on the board and winning the game at the end of the day. And however they got to do it, Justin Herbert will find a way to do it. He's one of the toughest quarterbacks. He's almost like a prime Stafford. He doesn't care what's going on, how bad my team is. He's going to stay. He's going to be loyal, and he's going to try to ride it out to get that Super Bowl ring. And I hope to see that one day from Justin Herbert once Stafford retires. But I think he's a top quarterback, man. I mean, let's look at his stats. Let's break his stats down. Let's go Justin Herbert. This year, he has thrown for, he had a game against the Colts, 400 yards, but he threw 2 picks. This year, he's just under 3,000 yards, 22 tutties, and 11 interceptions. 65% completion percentage. That's not bad. Very high on the turnover so far. I want to say he's thrown an interception in just about every game. Let's go look at that. Yes, he's thrown. There's a few games. There's 3-4 games he hasn't thrown a pick in since the season started. That's okay, but having multiple games with multiple interceptions as a franchise quarterback like you are, Justin Herbert, you can be better. But I definitely think he's a top 5 QB. He has top 5 skill. He has top 5 determination and grit. Justin Herbert is a top 5 quarterback, and we'll be seeing more and more of him in the future, especially if this team gets some receivers. Wouldn't mind A.J. Brown going to L.A. Chargers. Pair him up with Ladd McConkey or Devontae Smith. It's not a bad idea. Okay, so now we move on from them, that game. And, of course, we're going to put a couple highlights in there. You did. But let's move on. Let me get my glass right. Let's move on to the MVP discussion. Oh, yeah, it is time. My GOAT, number 9, the greatest quarterback to ever exist, is just 5 wins away, 5 games away, whatever you want to associate with it. My GOAT, Matthew Stafford, number 9, is 5 games away from winning his first ever MVP. Don't it feel good to get out the hood? Yes, I am so excited. We have left Detroit, and not only have we won a Super Bowl ring, we're on the verge of going to another Super Bowl and him getting 2 Super Bowl MVPs and finals. No, Arizona got it the last time. So a Super Bowl MVP, 2 rings, and a regular season MVP. I can't wait for it. So let me break it down to you like this. He is coming up on his 3rd season of throwing 40 or more touchdowns. There is only 2 other quarterbacks who have thrown 40 or more touchdowns in 3 seasons. Can y'all guess who? I'll give y'all a second. Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers. And Tom Brady is the only quarterback to do it 3 times and 1 time with 50 touchdowns in a season. So he had 50 and then 2 40s. Aaron Rodgers had all 3 be 40 touchdown seasons. And he's on the verge of becoming the second quarterback with 50 touchdowns in a season on top of having 40 touchdowns in the seasons twice. He's 15 touchdowns away. He's 35 right now. That is heading into the week versus the Lions. Then on a short week at Seattle on the upcoming Thursday. He's had 2 similar MVP seasons like this season here, but they don't come nowhere close because of the interceptions discrepancy. 2011, right? Let's do it like this. 2011 in Detroit, his 3rd season in the NFL. He threw for 41 touchdowns, 16 interceptions, over 5,000 yards, 63.5% completion percentage, and guess who the MVP was? He was a division rival in the NFC North. He played in Green Bay, Wisconsin. He is Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers threw for 4,653 yards, 45 tutties, 6 interceptions. Now, the only thing that was really beating him was the interceptions. The Lions did finish 8-5 that year, but they did not win the division. I want to say they came 3rd, but still. He was literally, let's say, 5 interceptions. Because even if he had 5 less interceptions at 11, it could have been a possibility there. And he led them to a decent record. Now let's go to 2021, first year with the Rams. He threw for another 41 touchdowns. He had 17 interceptions, 4,800, almost 4,900 yards, 67.2% completion. But Matt Ryan won MVP that year with the Falcons. That's the year they went to. It's not the year they went to the Super Bowl, was it? I don't think so. But Matt Ryan threw for 4,900 yards, 48 tutties, and 7 interceptions. So once again, it was always the interceptions keeping him out the loop. But this year, oh my God, 35 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, 66 completion percentage. He's on an absolute tear. And if I got to boost him up some more, let's do it like this. Matthew Stafford, let's set the scene. He's the Triple Crown quarterback. He's given a receiver the Triple Crown. That's what I mean by that. Cooper Kupp got the Triple Crown in 2021. Calvin Johnson, a.k.a. Megatron, if you don't know, now you know, number 81 in Detroit. Single season receiving yards record, 1,964 yards. That's 2 receivers who hold 2 records, a Rams record, a franchise record for both, and an NFL record. He has 3 records he's attached to when it comes to 2 receivers, and Puka Nacua is on his way of doing that. He had the possibility to do it this year, but Puka got hurt and all of that. No other quarterback in the league right now is doing what he's doing. He's on the best team in the league. He has one of the best defenses in the league. He's figured out the red zone with Devontae Adams. Puka Nacua can get up and down the field by himself. He also has a full rushing attack and a solid offensive line and a semi-smart head coach if the game ain't close. I like how Mike LaFleur has been calling the plays of the offense the last 2 games. I very much so appreciate that. It is very much needed, especially at Arizona. We needed that bounce back win. It was very huge for one going into this short week against Detroit and Seattle, and I cannot wait. He leads the NFL with quarterbacks by 10 touchdowns. The nearest person is 10 touchdowns away. He is top 5 in all major percentages in terms of touchdowns, passing yards, completion percentage, QBR, and he leads the league in least interceptions thrown. So, Matthew Stafford, I cannot wait till you hoist up the MVP trophy, brother. It's been a long time coming, but I know change gon' come. Oh, yes, it will. When I go to the movies and I go downtown, I don't know what's up there beyond the clouds. It's been a long time coming, but I know Stafford gonna have an MVP. Oh, yes, he will. Yeah, I cannot wait till Matthew Stafford gets that MVP. It's gonna feel so good. It's gonna be a beautiful moment. And it's gonna be well deserved, especially if we get that second Super Bowl ring. So Matthew Stafford and the Rams, baby, let's go handle this short week because this is the biggest week of football that we can ever have, and I'm gonna talk about it more. Well, we can talk about it now, but definitely in the preview or in the recap of Sunday night or Sunday afternoon when we play the Lions. But let's talk about this week. This is actually a big week for the Rams as a whole and for the Stafford MVP discussion, actually, if you want to think about it as I bump my chin into the microphone. Let's talk about it. Detroit on Sunday, Seattle on Thursday, at Seattle on Prime. You have a short week against two of the top teams in the NFC. How do you do it? How do you get the job done? I think it definitely starts with Seattle and stopping Jahmyr Gibbs. They are one of the best rushing offenses in the league, and we have not been the best rushing defense as of late. Both teams, Arizona ran on us in the first half. The Panthers ran on us the whole game. They probably still running on us now. Seattle did a fairly good job running the ball against us when we played them a few weeks ago. San Fran always does a good job running the ball, but that's just San Fran. You know what I mean? That's just San Fran. So I expect a lot of, creative run packages coming out of this game against Detroit. And I hope our defense is ready for the test because our offense is elite. Their defense is good. Their defense is good, but I definitely think our offense is better. So I definitely think we can win that battle. So I honestly think it'll be a shootout. It's really to be who will get the most stops, but we need to find a way to stop Jahmyr Gibbs because if we can put Jared Goff in some tough situations, I think we can come out on top and then we can head on to Seattle. And let's head on to Seattle like that because I think the Lions game is going to go two ways. It's going to go, we're going to stop Jahmyr Gibbs and we're going to win by 14 plus, or we're not going to stop Jahmyr Gibbs and we're going to go into a shootout and make the best team win. But that is the biggest game because if we can win that, then we really are hyped going into Seattle against the 12th man and stopping them on the road. Seattle, they haven't played much comp since they played us. As they have all season. They didn't play much comp going into us. It is a well-known fact that Sam Darnold struggles against the LA Rams. I'm excited about that. He is 0-4 against the Rams in his career. He threw 4 picks the last time we played them. 4 picks. And we barely won by 3. So if that happens again, we need to blow them out by 35. Okay? We need to make that understood. I think we need to slow the game down in the first half. Whatever we do against Detroit will be pivotal, and I think we can take that into the short week. I think we need to build an offensive package that is suitable for both games if they decide to go haywire. But using a run against Detroit to slow the game down and allow us to open up more things offensively and limit the offense of the Lions and Jahmyr Gibbs. I think starting off with the run against Seattle will put us more in a good place, a good rhythm in offense. I'm not saying we have to stick to the run because we can definitely air raid it against them. I don't think they're a really solid, sound defense. So I definitely think we can break open with that. But it all starts in Detroit. So we just got to handle business in Detroit, and then we'll see Thursday night against Seattle. I can't wait. And if Stafford plays remotely well in these games and we go 2-0, be prepared to hand him the MVP trophy already because going 2-0 in a stretch like this in a short week, that's dog mentality. And honestly, we should close the season out on top and win the Super Bowl if we go ahead and that'll be a defining moment in our Super Bowl journey, if you think about it. So I'm excited. I'm excited for this week. Big week for my Rams. Big week for my quarterback, Matthew Stafford. I can't wait to watch them, boys. Rams house, Rams nation. Let's go, baby. Last thing I want to talk about before we get out of here, y'all. I don't want to make this video too long. Shedeur Sanders. Shedeur Sanders is on the uprise. There's been some crazy noise around his name this year. It's been a lot. Drafted in the 5th round. Not getting prank called and all that from kids at different colleges and stuff. They named Joe Flacco and Kenny Pickett and Dylan Gabriel. He was the 4th string quarterback going into the preseason, aka regular season. They trade Kenny Pickett. They start Joe Flacco. Joe Flacco ends up getting traded to Cincinnati. What happens? Dylan Gabriel steps up and he starts for 4 to 5 games. He gets concussion protocol. And now it's perfect timing. And he has showed up and showed out in every single game. And it's not a statistical show up and show out. It's an approach, show up and show out. It's an attitude, show up and show out. It's a willingness to learn and be prepared more and more each week. He's been ready each and every week. And they may not have resulted in wins, whether it's due to coaching or anything like that. But he has given his team a chance to win, and that's all you can ask for a 5th-round rookie quarterback. Now, let's break it down like this, right? I got some propagandas on the Browns and what's up with this Shedeur thing and how is everything going. But let's break it down like this. I really only have 2 points because it's really that simple. For the casuals, I'm going to start off like this. Everybody says fire the coach. I disagree. Do not fire Kevin Stefanski if you are the Cleveland Browns. And if you are a casual, I'm finna tell you why you don't fire Kevin Stefanski. Let's read it off, right? Kevin Stefanski, coach of the year twice in Cleveland, 2020, 2023. Took them to 2 winning seasons and their first playoff win since 1994, right? That's just with Cleveland. Let's go to Minnesota, who he spent a lot of his career with before he came to Cleveland, right? Y'all remember Kirk Cousins and Stephon Diggs and Adam Thielen was cooking in 2019? That shout out to Kevin Stefanski. Why? Because his offense, chef's kiss, right? Kirk Cousins had a career year. 22 touchdowns, 7 interceptions, 35 yards. No, I'm lying. That's the wrong person. That's Case Keenum in 2020. Kirk Cousins, he did a hell of a job with Stephon Diggs and Adam Thielen. Stephon Diggs had 1,100 yards, 63 receptions. Kyle Rudolph, the tight end, if y'all remember, he was jumping out the gym. He had 6 tutties. And then Case Keenum comes in to play 11-3 with that offense. He was the offensive coordinator, 22 touchdowns, 7 interceptions, and 3,500 yards. He turned them into a top 10 scoring offense in 2019. I don't understand what the notion is behind fire Stefanski. I think this is also tied into the front office. I think a lot of people are missing the business aspect of the sports world. If was it Palm? What's his name? Joe Palms, Cleveland Browns owner. Let's see, Haslam. That's what it was, not Palm. I knew it was something long. Jimmy Haslam. I think what they're trying to do is take a little bit, just a little bit, to pair him with another talented receiver, or possibly get another receiver via trade or via free agent signing. I think there's their plan. I'm not saying that's why they tanking some of these games. As you can see, it looks a little weird. But I definitely think they are tanking for a solid, reliable offensive piece. Because if you think about it, their defense is tight. The defense is ready for war at any given time, and they cannot be stopped. Myles Garrett, Denzel Ward, they have good flying linebackers, good safeties. They're very sound. They're very tight on their principles. They're a very good team, but they definitely need to get some of those loose screws tightened up on the offensive end. I do not blame Kevin Stefanski for a lot of those decisions because I think they are coming from the front office, and he cannot control it. I just hope he gets a fair nod next year, gets to keep the job, and really change the narrative behind Shedeur Sanders. Because there's nothing Shedeur Sanders' play does not change. It will not change because he is one of the most consistent, well-doing quarterbacks in the league as a rookie already. He understands the game. He wants to be great, and he's going to produce greatness more times than not. So I cannot wait to see Shedeur Sanders really get in rhythm. Now, another good thing for Shedeur Sanders, he's been named the starting quarterback for the rest of the season with 5 games to go. I think a lot of people miss, if they would have won this game, they would have been 4-8. With 5 games to go, they would have been could have been 9-8 if they went on a win streak, possibly in the playoffs. It's a lot to go through. It's a lot to go through. But I'm excited that he is named the starting quarterback for the Browns. It's been a long time coming. But I know Shedeur gonna start. Oh, yes, he will. I know that's right, Dion. I know that's right. But Shedeur Sanders, man, he's a beast. He's a goon. He's a goblin. What's a goon to a goblin? Nothing. You ain't saying nothing. But it's the Shedeur Sanders show in Cleveland, and they just got to read about it. So that's all I have for football. I didn't have much on Shedeur Stevenson. Well, I'm mixing up everything. Shedeur Sanders, but I am going to put a couple of these clips together to see how he did against the Tennessee Titans, so you should see them now. But that is all I got for y'all, man. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Monday Night Football was covered. Stafford winning the MVP was covered. Shedeur Sanders finally getting his deserved spot as starting quarterback. That's all I got for y'all. It's been the Sport Fanatic. Your boy Deal. Like, comment, share, subscribe, the whole 9. And I'll see y'all in the next video. I can't wait till Stafford get that second ring, baby. We really going to be popping it because Stafford will be better than Drew Brees all time.